ladies and gents. Right, I'm doing another project, and it's going to be a small wall hanging. This is for a challenge that I'm entering here on YouTube, so when I've done, I'll do a VR. I've had an idea in my head for a couple of days what I want to do, and I did make this flower, which I did a video on. I did a video showing it, and what I did was, if I just zoom in a little bit, I can show you that off camera after I'd finished. I just added these little flowers with the crystals on, and then I added this little acrylic bow here, just to finish it off. Sometimes when you do things on videos for YouTube, you know, you're doing them as quick as you can, so that obviously people don't get bored. And off camera, you know, you tweak things a bit. So that's what I did. So I want this to go on this project, because I actually quite like it, and I want something that's going to showcase the greens, because I do a lot of what I call shabby chic projects. Other people might say they're not shabby chic. It's open to interpretation, you know. I don't think there's any right or wrong. But I normally like a lot of pink, so I've picked an image to make me try a bit harder with my colours. And this has got a lot of, I don't know if the light's showing it, but it's got a lot, if I zoom in, of more green. Green, and there's a bit of blue because there's a peacock there. So yeah, so I thought, right, let's, and I just think that the greens on here go nice with the greens on here. So that's what my plan is. What it'll turn out like, I don't know. But for this challenge, it has to be a 6x8. So I have cut a 6x8 piece of hardboard, and I've covered it with felt. I'm going to do the back while I'm here. I might as well. And what I've just used is, I've just used PVA. Spread it all over really quickly. And then I'm going to just even it out with my paintbrush, which has probably gone hard by now, just to make sure that it goes right to the edges, because I don't really want it peeling up. Done quite well with my crafting this weekend. I was determined to clear my weekend free for crafting, and yeah, I've not done bad. Just another couple of things that I need to get out the way, and I'm up to date. Woo! Which is not like me, but there we go. So there might be another video coming tomorrow, we'll see. I'm just going to layer this felt on. All this is doing is because I'm going to be sticking some laces and whatnot on, and it just gives a nice base to stick the laces to this felt. This is a lovely felt, which I get from a manufacturer that specialises in felts. They've been going about over 100 years, and it's a really nice felt. It's not, you know, you can get some cheaper ones that you get from the range and things like that. You normally get them in quite bold colours, and the craft felt, and they're awesome, but they've got a lot of acrylic in them. Obviously to keep the cost down if it's only for crafting or whatnot. This has got a 70% wool content, so it's a better quality felt. So it feels softer. It doesn't go hard when you stick things to it. It's just a nicer finish, and it's not, to be honest, that much more expensive than you know, your cheaper crafting felt. Bit time, well, because I get it wholesale, it's not so bad. Right, so there we go. So I've covered that both sides. Now this is the image that I want to use, and I want this flower. I've just got to think how I want things. I think I'm going to have the flower up there. Do I want the image to the side, or do I want it central? I think I'll have a central. This is one that I actually printed out, and it went a bit funny because I was learning myself how to do fabric images, and it double exposed. So I'm just going to use it, but I'm just going to use the other pieces away from from her, as it were. So what I'm going to do there now is I think I'm going to wad it. So I'm just going to cut a piece of wadding the same size as the image. And then what I might well do is layer around the image with my laces and whatnot. So some of the image will eventually get covered up, and some of it won't. The idea being that she's going to be showing the most, so I just want to trim that wadding down, so I don't want it that thick. I could use another crocheted frame because I do love them, but I'm down to my last one and I'm at pains to use it, so I'm going to frame her with lace instead. I think I'm just going to cut away some of this because I don't want it too bulky around the edges. I only want it padded where the actual sort of girl is. So let me just judge it. I can cut a bit more. Look at the state of that. Looks like a blooming, somebody's cut it with a knife and fork with her feet. Right. Yeah. Right, I'm happy with that. Now I just need to plug my glue gun in. Is it plugged in? I've got that many wires on my desk, I can't remember what wire's for what. That's for my heat gun, that's for my plug, that's for my glue gun. Right, so we're plugged in. Glue stick. So we're plugged in and we're ready to go. I'm gonna just do this with some PVA, it'll stick on. So I'm going to centralise that and then just give it a bit of a press, and then I'll put my image on. I'm going to use, what shall I use? I better use some fabric glue because I don't want that PVA coming through onto my image and discolouring it. So I'm going to go back and use my Anita's because it will dry clear. There we go. Just get some of that out, just put it on there. Right, so if I just put some of that glue, I mean I suppose you could just use hot glue, don't suppose it'd matter, but I don't want, I don't want loads of hardness because sometimes, you know, I might be a bit heavy-handed with my glue gun, you know, other people seem to do perfectly fine. I'm probably a bit heavy-handed with mine and I probably put too much on and that's why I end up with hard bits. So hence that's why I don't like using it as much as perhaps some people do. Oops, that's all over. I really should have some wet wipes. Got some somewhere. So we've got that. So that's going to be nice and padded now when I get round to framing it with whatever I'm going to frame it with. So I'm just going to plan it now. I'm thinking I'm going to put my flower there. Have that coming down there. I quite like this lace here. And I think I might have it that way around. Shall I have it like that? Decisions, quite like that. Never think. A bit lower maybe, to there. No, I don't want it too long because it is meant to be 6 by 8. So I'm going to cut that there, like so. And then, I don't know what I'm doing now, to be honest. I need to frame this somehow with, what am I going to frame it with? Let me have a look what I've got. I'm just using up bits and bobs. Bits and bobs that I've got lying about. I'm not using loads of, oh that's pretty, isn't it? Right, I could do with an alternative colour. Right, I think I'm just going to get a collection of trims together and then I'll come back. It won't be a minute. Right, I've changed my mind. What I've done is, I decided that the white felt is a little bit stark on its own. So I've got a really big, massive wedding applique. It's a big, massive one there that's come from the panel of a wedding dress that I bought. And I've layered it on there and I've left this bottom bit because I'm either going to layer some more appliques or some lace, I'm not sure. And what I've done with my images, I've trimmed it down and I've decided that I am going to use my very last frame. So I hope she likes it. If she doesn't, she can send it me back. So I'm just trimming it down now. It's still layered on the wadding, so I just want it just a tiny bit padded, like so. So what I'm going to do now is, hopefully my glue gun's going to play ball, and I'm going to just lightly fix this onto the centre of this thing, because I did take it off and redid it. So just about in the centre, just about there. I want my flower there, bring her down a bit, about there. Okay, now I'm going to put my frame round. I've pushed it into sort of an oval, and I'm going to glue it and then push it down so then it looks a bit more padded. I just need to trim that there a bit more. And then, you know, it'll sort of like protrude out so that it looks cushioned. I know what I mean. Yeah, right. So the trick here now is, oops, I've got a bit stuck to me. To get this on, quick as I can, this glue gun, there we are. And try and pick it up without burning myself. Move my wires. Right. Let's see if we can get this on right first time, so I don't have to pull it off and start again. Right. And then if you push that down, that should make the image and the wadding just pop out a little bit of the frame so that it looks nice and cushioned. That's the plan. Whether it'll work, might need a bit of extra glue to hold it down, we'll see. Can I in shot? That way. Oh, it's worked. So there you go, you've got like a little padded, I'll just make sure that's down so it's not going to come up. And just a little bit more glue, I think, just come on. It looks like you're putting loads of glue on because you have to squeeze and squeeze and squeeze these glue guns to get any cotton picking glue to come out. Right, so that's that bit done. So I like that now, so if you can see that's all nice and poofy. And I'm going to attach my flower up here. Just wondering whether to put another layer of lace under there. No, I don't think I will. I think I'll leave it as it is. I don't want it too big, as it were. So I'm just going to attach that. Put some glue around the outside of there. And then just attach that to the top corner so that this bit protrudes down. That's that bit finished. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, I like that. I'm just wondering if that image could have done with shifting up slightly, but no, I like it. So that's where we're at so far. So, where are we? Zoom in. What we need now is, I could do something in this corner here, come around here and here. So let me see. See, that'd look pretty, but it's just a little bit too long. Let me have a think. I'm trying to think what laces I've got in my stash that you can use as like a frame. That looks really nice like that. think I'm going to have that one on there like that. Just trim it as neat as possible. Trim that as neat as possible. Right, but I'm not going to attach it yet because I want something in this space here. But I need to find what I'm going to put there. Oh, let me go look. Right, so I'm back. I had to have a quick break, sorry. Right, so I've picked a few bits and bobs out. I've just got these in, which is super, super pretty. So I'm going to put one of these on here. And then I've picked out like a nice creamy coloured lace that I'm going to layer on these side bits here. So I'm going to layer that one there, I think. Yeah. Layer this one on here. So I've put some glue just in a line down here, like so. And then I'm going to do it that way. Just, I want that sort of at an angle like that. Ouch. Hot, hot, hot. I don't know if I've stuck that the right way. Hold on. Did I want it that way? No, I want it that way. Stuck it out the way around. I knew what I was doing a minute ago. I know it's all going to pat. It's because it's late and I'm getting really tired. So yeah, I wanted it that way. That's it, 'cause I want that. Just pull it down a bit to the corner. Glue strands. Just like so. I'll get rid of our glue strands before I send it off. And then I did cut another piece ready. No, that's not it. I'm sure we did. I'm sure we cut another piece ready. Oh, what a spanner. Was it that one? No. No. That one. No, but it'll do. Right. So what we're doing is we're going up there with that one. Okay, so I'll just run my glue along the line where I want it. And I want it about here. And then I'll just lay my lace down and then I'll trim round. It'll be easier than messing about trying to get it exact. But I just want that covering that corner. Ouch! That's it. Now like that. Put down slightly. I'm just going to attach that there and attach it up there, like so. Then, oh, my desk's getting really messy. I'm going to end up having a blooming fire in a minute. I've got that much stuff piled up. Now I'm going to trim this off, like so, and like so. Trim that, and then trim that, like so. That's it, that's how I wanted it. I'll just tack this down to here. Need another glue stick. And then what I thought I'd do, what the plan was, is I'm going to put one of these on here, right in the centre. So if I put my glue, blob of glue in the centre first, and then attach my bow, then hopefully it will be in the centre. I'm not all over it shop. Press it down. Super sparkly that. Super, super. They are lovely, these. To get some more. And then what we're going to do, I really want to use this. I'm going to put it on. Even though it's layering, but you can still see the different colours of lace there, so it's all good, it's all good. It's working. It's going to plan. I know what I'm doing. I'm an expert. I'm a professional. Yeah. Professional glue gun burner. Right, so stick that in there. Make sure that that is central to that. Don't want it to look offline. Yep, happy with that. Should really be using fabric glue on this. It's a bit delicate, but I'm running out of time. Put it on really carefully and then press it down really firmly. It shouldn't leave hard lumps. And then what I'll do is, when I've assessed it in the morning, when I've had a right good look, I shall go in with some fabric glue, and if there's any loose bits, I'll tack it down with fabric glue. Just trim that off there, like so. We're getting there. I'm in shot. Let's zoom out a bit, and then I'll stay in shot then, won't I? Right, so I've got another, this laser cut piece. Can't remember if I showed it yet. It says timeless, and I want it to go in that top corner there. So I'm just going to attach some hot glue. I'm loving these. I think when I've run out, I'm going to have to get the lady that sent them me to, you know, send her some money and get her to send me some more, because I actually really like them. Because they are, I think it's like chipboard, it's like really thick cardboard sort of. So it's quite dainty, it's quite nice. Timeless, that says, if you can't see it. And then I've got a selection of flowers, and we're gonna just add a few flowers, and then I'm gonna add some sparkles onto here. Don't know which sparkles I'm gonna use yet. Not quite worked that one out. Whether I use some diamantes. Ouch, burning myself. Ow, 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 ow. That is hot. Ow! Monster. Stick it in corner. Just glue on the fabric instead of gluing on my skin, you monster. Oof, that hurt, that did. Right, do I want a bow? Do I? Don't know yet. Can't decide. Where's my other flowers gone? I had some lilies a minute. There they are. I think I'll have another one of these. Without burning me, if you don't mind. Yeah. So I'm trying to go for a cream, green and gold here. That was my original plan. Whether that's what we turn out with, we'll see, won't we? Hold that there, my fingers are actually stinging. I must have caught some skin that's not been burnt before. Bit more glue in there. And then I'm going to just put a couple of lilies. Can't have too many lilies in my eyes. I'm on to my cheap ones, because my decent ones I don't have any. And these aren't as nice, but look alright as a filler when I've done. Just stick that in there. See if we can pick another nice one. That one will do. Just trim stick it in the other side. Because I'm a little bit, I like things to be symmetrical. Got a bit of a problem. So I've got one at each side. And that doesn't look straight now to me. I'm going to have to redo that. If I can get it off without spoiling it. Because now I've done my flowers. That's not... Oh, don't rip. Straight. That's it. I've got it. So I'm going to redo it. So it don't look skew. It can't have it looking skew if. Can't be doing with that, it'll do me head in. Right. Put it at a better angle now to fit in with the flowers better. There we go, that's better. Get that off. And I think I might just go in with one more little flower there. How do I want a bow? Oh, we will use this little bow. Why not? It's kicking about. I don't know where it's come from. We may as well use it. And stick it in there as a little filler. There we go. I think that's quite pretty. Right, we want some little doodads on there and then we're done. Let's have a look. What have we got? Oh, little crystally doodads. Oh, we'll carry on with green theme and I'll have green. 1, 2, oh, that's a different colour. 1, 2, 3. Right, I don't feel like burning myself, so I'm going to put my glue onto the lace instead of trying to put it on this tiny, tiny little embellishment. So 1 there. That's 2. Am I even in shock? I do all this and I talk to myself and then I forget you lot are there. 1 there. Yeah. And then, shall we carry on down to there? I might as well go whole hog onto. Have I got 3? Same. Need to get some more of these. These little things that you can pick up for next to nothing. Honestly, they're worth having because they just add the little finishing touches to your project. So if you see them, pick them up. You might think, you know, they're dear for what they are, but they can, like I said, just add that little finishing bit of something to your project. Bit more glue there. Stick that on there. There we go. Now I might just put something in there. Let's have a look what we got. Little bows. They're a bit bland, them. Don't know, I might do, but they're a little tad bland. Let's have a look, what else have I got? What else have I got? Let me see. Need to stock up on just like little doodads. I don't seem to have that many left. Let's have a look what we've got in here. Let's have a look. Nah, there's no in there. Right, well, I'll have to leave it for now and I'll have a rethink. Oh, I'll tell you what. I'll just put 2 little white ones of these. It just gives it a little bit of a sparkle. And then I'm happy because it's all nice and symmetrical. Even though you can't really see them because of the colour, you can see the little twinkle that they give. So I'm happy with that. It's all just little tiny little details, isn't it, for the recipient to look at, as it were, when they get it. Right, so there we go. Now what I may well do off camera, because I've been filming for long enough, is I may well put some sort of a lace around the edge just to finish it off, because to me that edge just looks a little bit unfinished. But there we go. Let me just put you in shot. We've got quite a pretty little fabric wall hanging with a padded poofy vintage image. Thanks for watching. Blimey, what a long process. Take care and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Glue strands.